Well, welcome to another bike vlog. And this is our series where we're going to try to go over all the best trails and roads and things in Gwangju. So this is barely a trail. Wow, this thing's quite fun. And so again, there's no sign here saying it's not for bikes. It just turned into this. Pretty crazy. So I'm going to try to get off this as soon as I can. So have you ever heard the expression, when it rains, it pours? Well, it's not physically raining, but remember in the last vlog, I talked about how much trouble we're having with our house, leaking from above. So, just the other day, I had another problem where I was eating this bone soup, as they have in Korea. It's called kamjatang, and there was a little tiny bone in it, and I bit down on the bone, and it really hurt my tooth. Knocked it loose a little bit. So, another big problem in our life. So I had to go to the dentist and have it, settle down a little bit. But boy, does it hurt today. Really bad pain. So now I have a toothache. It's getting better, but the first 2 days after it happened or so were so painful. And so today it hurts a little bit, but better. So when it rains, it pours. When bad things happen, they never seem to stop. So good news though on the house front that we're finally going to be able to move in. So the roof is still leaking. They're going to have to leave it open a little bit, but at least they're going to fix it enough so we can finally move in. This whole problem has taken 3 months to solve. 3 months. It's just crazy. But, on Monday, today is what, Thursday? So tomorrow, on Friday, they're going to fix it up. And then the cleaners are going to come in and clean it all up for us, because it's been sitting in dust for months. And then, we'll clean it one more time. So finally we can move in. So it's not perfect. They haven't found out what's leaking. My upstairs neighbor is getting so angry, and I don't blame him. We don't know why it's leaking. So anyway, at least we can live there somewhat normally now. And maybe in the next day or so, my tooth will totally heal and stop hurting me. So I hope everyone else is doing better than we are. Going through all this, my wife and I, as I said, have gotten a lot stronger. We're a good match for each other. And we seem to really love each other. So that's good. I find going for these bike rides really helps when you're going through stressful situations. It's something about the bike ride, something about the, getting the endorphins running and getting in fresh air, seeing some nature, seeing some flowers and trees and green. Really helps with the stress. I go back tired and not so stressed at all. Can I make this crazy looking hill? That doesn't look too good, but I'm going to try it anyway. That was crazy. Oh, this is steep. Can I make it? Usually I don't give up on these things. Zigzag a little bit and see if I can make it. Woo. Ah, look at that. We're going to make it. Wow, that was tough. Whew. Whew. We made it. Just take a 3-second breather. Now, if you notice on a past ride, I did go down the street in this area. But what I want to do is show you how everything connects up. So what I think I'm going to do, so for the next couple of weeks, well, not the next, I don't know when these will get posted, but one of the days I'll show, just the bike ride with music, one way, and then I'll do a vlog the other way, just kind of talking about it and what we have. So again, this isn't the most pleasant. It has some very strange buildings here. A lot of light industrial here. This is one weird thing about Korea. I come from America, and I don't know what it's like there now. I haven't lived there, but it at least used to be that we used to very much value workers. There was master craftsmen where they're very proud of their work. But in Korea, not so much. They don't necessarily value workers, and that's really a shame. Because they make things. And we need people to take pride in their work and make things that they're proud of. Does everything come from a factory in China? Is that really the way it's supposed to work? Maybe. Interesting, I don't know where to go. I did this before. I think I want to get down to that path somehow, but how do you get down from up here? Always interesting. I did this before. So there's a way. I must have found it before. Oh yeah, I remember this. You go up this side, which is right above the bike trail, and then eventually it goes down to the bike trail somewhere. Hopefully you can hear me. I have been amazed at this DJI. The internal mic is really not bad. Very strange. Still totally confused how to go. Maybe it crosses over here somehow. So there's a crosswalk here, that's the way to go. Now where? Maybe I have to go back, maybe? I don't see a crosswalk here. Must be this way. Must be this way. No harm in backtracking. So some of the people in my family were workers, Like my dad had an appliance repair business, So I was always kind of proud of that. Instead of just throwing things away all the time, we try to fix them. There we go. Here's how to cross. No problem. A little too loud to talk. So I'll just wait for this light. Okay, did I almost just see an accident just right exactly in front of me? That was crazy. Maybe. I don't know if this light ever changes. All right, finally moving again. So I guess I'm going down this little road, I guess. Is this the right way? I don't even know. Hopefully this is going to connect again. I mean, I think this road is the road that connects, like the big road. So even after being on these before, I'm still a little bit hesitant. I think this is clearly it. This is just the road above it, yeah. All right, so let's say how crazy it is with insurance, where the people above us, we think it's, you know, something in their apartment, and we thought it was a problem with their air conditioner, that somehow they used the wrong drain, which they did. But they completely replaced the air conditioner with a very expensive, new, beautiful one. And so it still leaked. So they checked a bunch of other things and, you know, they tried to figure out what was wrong. And then it really rained hard for a couple of days. And right after it rained, it leaked again. So now they're thinking, is it a structural part of our apartment complex? Is that the problem? And quite frankly, nobody knows. So now the insurance is saying, well, we can't really pay for anything until we're sure whose fault it is. But the insurance company is the one who told us to go to hotels and do all this stuff, because they said they would, of course, pay for it. So now who's going to pay for all this? So right now we're out a lot of money. We don't know who's paying for what. It's all kind of a big insurance mess. So no one really knows what's going to happen or what to do. So we're going to move in anyway, but they still don't know why it's leaking. It's all just crazy. Nobody knows why it's leaking. So we don't actually know what to do. Interesting. How do I cross here? I think we will have to go over here. Crazy route. Yeah, I definitely remember this now. So now when you're up here, there's two ways to go. I could go this left route right by the major street, which is kind of a nice tree-lined street. Or somewhere along here, there's a way to get back to the bike path. So this is the other side of the river's bike path. So I counted this as a totally different way to go. Well, we'll see how we, show you all the routes. I think this counts as both ways though, going straight and going the right, the right route. We'll explain some other time. Sorry about all these lights. When I normally do it, I just use all bike trails, so there's no lights, and no traffic, and no problem. But I decided to go this route. But I wanted you to see like all the different kinds of ways there are. So this is actually quite interesting. Oh, even now I can choose between these two paths or this one to the right. The one to the right looks very shaded and nice. Very small, but shaded and nice. I think I'm going to take this little tiny trail. Still a normal trail, but totally shaded. Nice, very, very nice here. Okay, so as I said, who's going to pay for everything? We followed all the directions of the insurance company. We've done things because they asked us to, and now they're like, well, we're not sure if it's our fault and we're going to pay for it. So why did we listen to you? Oh, who knows? Oh, what an interesting path this is. So it gives you an idea though, biking in Korea is actually pretty good. I mean, major big road, all kinds of traffic, and I've got 3 trails to choose from right next door. This one's a little bit bumpy because it's not really a, bike trail. And that other trail is not very well maintained. But this is so shady on a hotter day. Finally getting cooler though. It's really getting cooler. Not there yet, but getting there. So after biking in really hot weather, this is such a pleasure. So there's the bike trail to the right. Again, one day, I think I have most of these bridges taking pictures of, but I just want to do a picture biking view. I'm going to call it the bridges of Gwangju County, And here we go. We can go on the trail, I think, right here. Which I think is what I'm going to do. This is turning into nothing. This is a nice big trail. Whew. This is the trail. That little curb looks like nothing that I just went over, but you have to be so careful because if you hit that on the wrong angle, the only time I fell over on the bike was when I misjudged a curb like that. Hit it more toward the side than I should have, and my bike went right down. Didn't hurt anything, and I scraped my leg a little bit, but healed very quickly. All these trails have these really nice seating, like right there. What a nice, look at that. Look how high that is and beautiful. Very shaded, very comfortable. This one's not in the shade, but later on in the day it probably will be covered. Then you've got this up here. This really nice pagoda. Those things are awesome. So really comfortable to sit on and, really cool looking. They go through a lot of trouble to make these. So it's awesome. Now, see if we can get a little speed now. It's another one of those bridges over there, if you can see it. Just beautiful bridge. Very impressive looking bridge. Old. Probably could use with a paint job, but wow, what a cool looking building. Or a bridge, excuse me. I think it looks awesome. Now, one of the reasons I'm not just stopping and taking pictures is I just got a new smartphone. Now, I had my last one for a long time. I had an LG V30, and I loved that phone. That was fantastic. But it's wearing out. It doesn't recognize the touchscreen, everywhere like it should, and the battery's down to like an hour. So it's kind of getting useless. But what a great phone that was. Kind of upset that LG went out of business, making phones at least. Because I really thought they were the best phone. They had the best software, the best phone setup. Just beautiful. I really mean that when I say that. I thought it was better than an iPhone, better than Samsung. LG made the best, so why were they so unpopular? Well, one of the reasons is their marketing. They always came out at the wrong times, and they have these crazy names. LG V30 Thin Q, or whatever it's called. What in the world does Thin Q mean? So you just get lost. There's too many letters. There's too much stuff that doesn't mean anything. So I think that's where LG lost it. They could have been the leader. I really think they could have overtaken Samsung if they marketed better. They didn't advertise very well. They didn't, roll them out very well. They named them not very well. Kind of a shame. So now I'm trying a Samsung phone. So I'm using the Samsung S24. So you may wonder, why didn't I get the S24 Ultra or even the S25? Well, the S25 is not out yet. We're in September. The S25 doesn't come out until, January. So that's like 5 months away. So I need a phone, so. But you might want to ask, why didn't I get the S24 Plus or the S24 Ultra? Well, I went back and forth. It's quite a bit more money to get the S24 Plus. It does have a bigger screen, but most of the components are exactly the same. There are some differences, but most of it's the same. The same, Gorilla Glass, the same processor. Oh wait, no, the other one, with the S24 I get Exynos. And with the S24 Plus or Ultra, you get the Snapdragon. So I've heard that Exynos isn't as good. But I haven't noticed any difference. Maybe if I do high-level gaming, but I don't gamer. I'm not a gamer at all. So the S24 has the same cameras, the same everything. So why pay more? But to be honest, I haven't played with it yet. I just got it, a few days ago. I don't know how the camera works. I'm used to my LG cameras setup. I don't know how it all works yet. So I'm really just don't have, during a, tiring bike ride, I don't have the patience to go figure all the buttons out. So I need to do that. And also, you can't see it, well actually you can, because here, this guy right here held my phone. But the clear flat cover, that I got has like this slot for a card. Sounds nice. Yeah, that's useful. But that card slot made it so this thing doesn't lay flat on this divot, which means it won't press the button like that to lock it in place. It won't press the button. So I can't like use it as a, my bike computer or anything like that, so now I have it with me, but it's in the back. I'd have to stop, go in my backpack and get it all out. So that's the saga of my phone. I've got a new phone. Hopefully I'm going to love it. But I'm kind of lamenting my LG V30. That's been a great phone. I've had it for many, many, many years. It's been great. Feels good to bike, but it's a little tiring. The toothache that I told you, the hitting of the tooth, when it was really hurting, any exertion brought all this blood coursing through my veins, and that made the tooth hurt like crazy. So I couldn't really bike the last couple of days because it was really hurting the tooth. So now it hurts a little bit, but it's not the excruciating pain anymore. It just hurts. So, So again, if anybody's listening, and I hope there is some, at least a few, it'd be nice if I got a few comments just so we could communicate a little bit. Now, it's not a plug, like I said, to get more views or more interaction. I don't care about any of that. It just, it's nice to have some worldwide friends to ride along with. If we were together personally, I'm not sure how we would work riding. I'm not the fastest rider in the world. So I hover around 9 or 10 miles an hour. Now that's pretty slow. Some of you are going to laugh at that because you go to 20 miles an hour. And other yous are going to say, yeah, I do 5 or 6. So I'm not the slowest, I'm not the fastest. What happens when I ride is I get into Zen. And I tune out everything. I'm listening to music or a podcast or, I'm into the scenery. Like I think I mentioned all this before. So I don't even pay any attention to pedaling. So sometimes I really slow down just because I'm not paying attention. Or I go really fast because I'm not paying attention. So I'm trying to inch it up a little bit, go a little faster, because I would like to do some longer rides, Like I want to do Gwangju to Mokpo, which again, apparently I'm really out of shape because people said, oh, you can do it in one day, no problem, and on and on. But I don't know. Seems like an awful long way to go in one day and then come home the same day. So I don't think I could possibly do that. But we'll see. But if I slowly, increase my power and strength and distance and go, 12, 13, 15 miles an hour consistently, then I can go further. One of the reasons I don't like to go fast is because I like to look around. I enjoy the surroundings. And if you go too fast, you don't see anything. Anyway. So here's bridge after bridge after bridge. This blue one, then we've got this gray one coming up, and then another gray one, and then another blue one. Like 4 bridges in a row. I guess we need them, but I think this is connecting, different parts of the city or whatever, different areas. I'm going to take a little break in this little shady spot just for a few seconds. Whew. Whew. Oh, I could rest for 20 minutes here. It's getting hot is the problem. When I left, it was kind of breezy, but it is getting hot. When I move, it's better. Look at this, bridge after bridge after bridge. But again, you see these big apartment complexes? And then, I don't know what's up there. It's all green. I mean, are we off that main road? I think these are just nice places to walk. That's a long way over that bridge just to get to here. I don't know what the purpose is of these. They're too long. So again, if you want to comment, I'm always interested in your thoughts. Like, what do you think of the S24, Galaxy S24? Brand new for this year. Any hints or things of how I should use it or anything else? I'm mostly interested in photography and videography. I don't do much gaming except for very simple games. I like playing Scrabble, things that I can learn. So any comments you have would be quite useful, and I really appreciate them. Wow, these bridges never stop. There's been one right after the other. Some of them have been for people or maybe bikes. This one's for cars and probably bikes. It goes up to there, but I don't know what any of that is. It looks very fancy. Interesting. All this to cross this fairly small river. Yeah, I'm wondering if I can ride up there. Well, of course I can, but I wonder what it would be like to ride up there. So that's a new bikeway I'm going to go. Have to find out how to get up there and see what's up there. So I thought this blue one is the end, but it's not. I see two more bridges, that is. That top one is so impressive. Look how tall that is. Very impressive. And it's for cars, but it's so high. And you've got this lower, more local one. And you got these kind of buildings. You know, these are very popular in Korea. You know, these buildings were always like, you know, a business on the bottom and you live up top. Or some people lived on both top and bottom. Or just like a very small shop. Very good use of space. But like this one over here is very big. It's got 1, 2, 3 sections on top. Maybe that's an apartment. But my wife and I looked at buying one of those, and they're so old now. So they take so much work to get them back in shape, you know? And, you know, a lot of times the heating systems are really outdated, or they don't really have aircon, or whatever the problem is. And they were actually really small. Wow, I think those things with numbers on it, I think it's where it flooded. Is that true? So here's a little bit of that road. It's very steep right here. But the road right over here looks very, very steep. But it looks like a little country road. I don't know what that's going to be like. And look, there's a way to get up right here. So definitely one of the future rides on this series, I'm going to try to get up on that road and just see how it goes. It's one of the things I love about riding in Gwangju and in Korea. You constantly find new ways to go. It's very simple, you know. It's a country road on top of a bike path, but it's totally different experience. But I see how to get up. It's going to be one of these kind of things, you know, like there's this smaller bridge you can see in the distance that connects to that, you know, that bike, the one with bike logos all over it. So, you know, clearly that's the way to get up. And if you look across, that's where I came from. I took that path. So you can ride this path both ways if I don't go up on the street. But that path was so little. I wonder how it's going to look on video. Yeah, this is how to get up right here. Very nice, big way to get up. It probably is good that way too, going further. It goes a totally different way. So all that's very interesting, you know. So it's like two different ways to go. Take a right on that country road or a left on that country road. Two different ways. Now this big tall bridge, another very impressive one. We've gone on the car many times. You ruined every weekend. You ruined our sensei. Shoop, 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 shoop.